Hey guys, I'm Chad Hoover, and this week I'm taking some time off the road and spending some time with the family at Long Branch Lakes in Spencer, Tennessee, the place we're gonna build our future home and the place where they have some big old bass.
Get up and put on the coffee. You know the sunlight won't last. Making my way to the country. I'm gonna catch a big old bass.
That is a spud.
Yeah! Oh my God! Booyah!
Good morning, everybody. I'm Chad Hoover. Welcome to the show. This week we are in beautiful Spencer, Tennessee, up on the Cumberland Plateau in Middle Tennessee. This is a place that Christy and I will one day call home. We bought a lot here, invested in making this the place that we're going to build our dream home. Right now, we're just here fishing, having a good time, and Christy's already on the water. She's already caught 4 or 5 fish while I'm getting my gear together. We got our son Wyatt out here. Wyatt's stoked to catch his personal best. So anyway, the kayak's loaded. The fish are biting. It's time to get out there and see if we can't catch one.
There's so many things I love about Long Branch. It's one of my very favorite places, actually maybe my favorite place, just to get away and just be us and have a great time and enjoy family and friends and fun. And I'm so excited now that we have bought land here and we're looking at, our future house plans and moving here and making this our forever home. It's just a really cool feeling because I love this place. It's our little slice of heaven. One of the cool things about Long Branch is I can look across the lake right now and I see Chad out fishing with Wyatt and he's trying to put him on his personal best.
Don't lose it. Don't lose it.
Oh my gosh, he has it. Look at him fighting.
Get him on in here, buddy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice. So Wyatt just caught his personal best on a Cinco. Sweet. All right, Wyatt, let's get that dude back in the water.
I'm gonna invite Colton down here, see if I can get him on his personal best. That would be really exciting. All right, I'm gonna call Colton, see if I can get him down here.
Hello, this is Colton. How can I help you?
Hey, I'm down here at the spot where...
This is a voicemail. Goodbye.
Why is that his voicemail?
It's not easy to teach kids to fish and to have them listen and know exactly what they're supposed to do, but Chad has been patient all day with them and working with each one individually to make sure that they have that experience.
Nice. That's good, that's good. Don't let him flop around and scare every other fish in the entire cove away. Oh, what are you doing, man? The hook's way up at his mouth.
It's a learning process. I tell Chad all the time, it's like learning a foreign language to learn to fish because there's so many parts. And if you don't do every single part right, then you're not gonna catch fish. So we're just kind of figuring all that out.
Just cast straight down the bank now. As far as you can cast and work it down that edge.
Well, that sucked.
One of the purposes of this weekend was to spend time with the family in the outdoors rather than be super focused on trying to catch a giant bass. I've come to realize it's time to pass some of that along, even if it means explaining something that you've explained 100 times over to a 12-year-old. It's enjoyable. Instead of thinking about the tip of the rod, imagine you got that donut on your thumb and you just want to flick it.
Fishing with Chad is really interesting. He knows how to fish. He teaches all this stuff, which is really nice, but then he barks out orders that I don't necessarily understand sometimes because I'm a rookie.
All right, Colton, follow me. We're gonna go over here to this edge where it's pretty much guaranteed a fish.
how do you like fishing with Chad?
He's bossy at times.
Is it like cast here, and then you cast there, and you
I
get
cast
it?
there and I don't get a fish. He catches it. That's why.
That doesn't necessarily upset me. He's just better at fishing than me, so.
That bothers me. It bothers me whenever he gets, like, for me it'd be a monster and he calls it a dink and I'm like, how dare you?
I got the little one out of your way, buddy. Get up in there and get you a big one.
I'll be rejoicing over that.
Get you one to rejoice over then.
Wow.
I've actually not set the hook on a couple because I thought they were too small.
The 2-inch bass is amazing for me. And he says it's a dink. So I feel some shame there, but then I realize, who cares? So I don't feel any shame.
One of the things that I talk about on a regular basis is the evolution of a fisherman. And I think the evolution goes like this: any fish, mini fish, big fish, many big fish, and then method fish. But there's a tier in that evolution that I've just really come to realize, and that's where you get to the point where you want to catch other people fish.
Fish on!
Yeah, there you go. There is no better feeling than helping another angler catch their first fish, and especially to help them catch the best fish they've ever caught. Kayak Bassin is brought to you by Bonafide. Stability, agility, ultimate fishability. Fish USA, America's tackle shop. Kayak Bass Fishing, kayak anglers' premier resource.
That's not good.
Get a backwash?
Yeah.
Are you doing it because of Chad? That's what I do. I just throw him in a backlash whenever he makes me mad. I am the backlash king, just so you know.
So you want to kind of be about right? Oh, dude, you can't leave these backlashes. Got to take these out every time.
Well, you've never taught me how to get rid of a backlash.
Or then say to me, hey, Chad, I got a backlash.
I always forget.
The longer you leave it in there, the harder it is to get out.
Chad can get a little bit bossy, and I don't like it. So I purposely throw in a little backlash, so that way he has to fix it. And it's hilarious. It's funny having to watch him clear out that mess.
So there's a certain dynamic that exists between parents and children. At certain times, parents are providing guidance, and at certain times, children are taking that guidance.
Is this also a Cinco, or?
Yeah, and I got it all set up for you here. At other times, children like to kind of push the envelope of what they can and can't get away with. Ooh, dude, you have a little mess here?
Yeah, forgot to tell you about that.
One of our children in particular, Colton, always likes to find that line and step right over the edge a little bit further. And I gotta be honest, there's times when he gets on my last nerve, especially when it comes to consistently getting backlashes, and I know he's doing it on purpose.
Hey, Wyatt.
Yeah?
You know, Chad has a nickname. It's not right. Then there's the Fluke Master. I think I should just be called Captain Backlash.
Captain Backlash?
I like it.
Yeah, me too. You think Chad approves?
We don't need his approval.
So, Colton has decided that he wants to give himself a call sign. Here's the thing, in the Navy we call that SACS. That stands for Self-Appointed Call Sign, and it's not something that you get to do. So Colton says, I think I want to call myself Backlash. I mean, that sounds good in theory, but first of all, you're trying to pick your own call sign, and secondly, you're trying to take something negative and make it sound cool. It's not a backlash, it's a bird's nest. So Colton, from this day forward, you'll be known as Colton Bird Nest Hammonds.
I heard your nickname wasn't Backlash, it was Bird's Nest.
I don't necessarily like bird's nest. I like backlash.
Why do you like backlash better than bird's nest?
Why are you talking? Backlash. I think that should be my theme song.
Colton Bird's Nest Hammonds.
I got a fish. Oh, I think this is a new personal best. Fish.
You know, so one of the things that I do when I fish is I use my graph on my electronics to record my route. And it's always interesting to look at my route when I'm fishing with kids because you'll get the whole, I'm hung up, I've got a backlash, I need help, the fish swallowed it deep. Chad, just put it back in the water till I get there. So you end up with this graph that shows where you were fishing and then this back and forth detour all over the place. It ends up looking like you're riding down a bumpy road trying to draw something with an etch and sketch. All right, now swing the fish to me. It's not hooked deep. I can see the hook sticking out.
Wait, hang on. Let me.
Yeah, you just pull it over to the side of the mouth like that and pop it out. And you don't have to sit there and fight with the fish.
Wait, Chad, don't let him go. Hang on. Wait, let me get closer. Your thumb is in the way. Here, wait, don't.
Like literally when I say just
I was
grab
gonna
it.
grab it by its stomach.
No, I just wanted you to grab it.
You know, it's pretty funny fishing with Chad, and then when I take the boys fishing with him, it's even better because he gets frustrated so easily, and Colton enjoys annoying him, and he knows exactly how to do it. It's great.
But that's my new personal best, so I think he was just jealous that he didn't catch it.
I love that kid and he drives me crazy at the same time. Like, grab the fish. I don't want to grab the fish. I could have had it whichever way he would have wanted it the other way. Kayak Bassin is brought to you by Yak Attack, Nines, NRS, Yeti, Lowrance, Hey guys, welcome back. I am coming to you from Fish USA here in Fairview, Pennsylvania, right outside of Erie. So before we head back out to the water, we want to take a second to talk about something that's very important to both of us. You know, having a family and getting our family out on the water means that we want to make sure that they're safe. So the number one piece of gear, anytime we leave the house, anytime we're heading to the water, is our PFD. Now, my favorite PFD is the NRS Chinook, and her favorite PFD is the all-new NRS
Chinook.
So look, whether you buy an NRS product or not, invest in a quality PFD, one that you're gonna wear all the time. And one thing that I don't think folks take enough time to consider is if you have a well-designed PFD, it's not just prevention from drowning, it's actually a wearable tackle box. It's a gear organization and gear management tool that makes your fishing more efficient, makes it easier. And you know, I know one thing that Christy does is at all times, I'm just guessing here, she pretty much has got a emergency Cinco in her pocket that she likes to refer to as her good butt jeans. So
Always.
Whether you're using your pockets for, you know, your good butt jeans, your Cincos, or whether you're using it for your glasses cleaner, extra
Chapstick.
hooks, weights,
Always
chapstick, or whatever, not only is a PFD a great thing when it comes to safety, it's something that you absolutely have to have when you're gonna get out there in the water, especially when you're in a kayak, but it is a wearable piece of gear that allows you to be more efficient out on the water, to have everything at, you know, arm's length, and that's especially important when your arms really don't have that much length. So anyway, look, before you head out to the water, make sure you invest in a quality PFD. It doesn't do you any good if you're not wearing it. There's an old saying in the country that says better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. I don't think anything holds true more than your PFD, especially when you're out there on the water. So anyway, guys, I'm Chad Hoover. This is my beautiful wife, Christy. We don't get on the water without the PFD. You shouldn't either. So now what we're gonna do is head back out to the water and see if we can't get some slime on these from the fish up at Long Branch Lakes. Since we decided to have a family weekend, it only made sense to invite Joe Hobbenridge of Kayak Bass Fishing, because after all, the folks at KBF are a big family. There he is.
Yeah, man. Here you go, Chad.
So Joe decided to join us out on the lake and took full advantage of it. It's a double dink. That's the thing about Joe. When you let him out from behind the computer and you put a rod in his hand, you're probably not gonna see him for 2 or 3 hours.
I love days like this where I get away from the office and get out and do what we created this whole organization for in the first place. As I get on in years, I find that getting out into kayak is one of the things that keeps me fit, keeps me sharp. I like doing it. It's a great way to fish. The boat I'm fishing out of today is a Bonafide SS 127. This is an amazing fishing platform. Super stable, very comfortable. I love all the ways to store gear. I keep a lot of stuff that I need in a hurry right here. My tray under the seat. Plenty of room in the back. A really, really good bungee system in the back here for lashing down a black tack. Lots of gear tracks all over the boat for attachments that I want to put in here. I love these channels for these rod holders. You can use a bungee strap to tether it down and lock it in so I don't lose it. Really, really well thought out. This thing is a bass fisherman's dream. Bye-bye.
Joe is a unique individual. He has a wealth of knowledge. He has got a sarcasm that is unrivaled and some of the driest humor that you'll ever experience. So Joe, did you run into Christy and the kids at all?
No, is she out here?
Yeah, they're out there. They're at the other end of the lake. She's out here proud as a peacock of her new PFD. She helped NRS develop this new female-specific version of the Chinook, and they called it the Chinook.
Chinook.
Yeah.
Look like an apron?
No. You probably shouldn't say that to Christy either. But you did just say it to like all of America though.
Come on, baby. Oh. Yes. I would say this little guy was living in some grass. Was in all of that. That's not a bad little fish. Look at that pretty guy. Heck yeah. Always like this one. I think we match. Maybe we're related. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll let this little guy go. Awesome.
You guys ever notice something peculiar about fishermen? You ever notice that a guy fishing on the dock casts as far away from the dock as he can, but the guy fishing in the water tries to cast as close to the dock as he can? Does that make any sense? And then the guy that knows what he's doing casts under the dock. Kayak Bassin is brought to you by Yak Attack, Nines, NRS, Yeti, Lowrance, You know, one of the things that I love to do is messing around. The other thing that I really like to do is horsing around. In fact, growing up, I grew up around horses. I've always been around farms. And so for me, one of the great things about Long Branch Lakes is that it's an equestrian community as much as it's a fishing community, and the community of equestrian-minded folks at Long Branch Lakes are super welcoming. They come together for trail rides, they come together to help each other out, and for me, everybody at some point in their life should be a horse person. Once I stopped traveling as much and I got time and Christy and I are settled there. I think we're gonna add a few horses back to the family. Well guys, there are lakes all over the property at Long Branch Lakes that aren't fully developed yet. And so Christy and I bought a lot on a little small lake that we found hiking through the woods that isn't really even on the map. It's not named. So what we've done is we've loaded up a couple kayaks. Now we're headed over to our little lake, and we've caught a couple fish from the bank. So I'm not gonna say it's never been fished, but it's never been fully fished. It's never had a kayak on it or a boat. It's a great lake in the middle of nowhere with a lot of flooded timber, and if it's not great now, we will try to make it great by stocking it and managing it. But we're about to go over there right now and find out what we got. You excited?
Yeah, I'm excited.
All right, well, since this is our first time in the lake, there's a couple things you're gonna have to be more diligent about than you have been. Don't bang your paddle against the boat. The less they've had any experience with any kind of foreign sounds or whatever, if you bump the boat, it's just gonna make them leery. So we wanna sneak in, we wanna be quiet. How often do you get to fish a lake that nobody's ever fished? Not very often, that's the answer to that question.
So over the course of these few days, Chad has taught me a whole lot. How to rig Cincos, which I didn't know how to do because he always did it for me. I'm very appreciative of Chad's skill because now we get to catch more fish. So this fish would be the first fish I've caught on this lake. He'll be one to remember. I mean, maybe a half a pound, but this gives me a chance to work on my dink drop.
I love fishing backwoods, backwater areas where there's no other access, where there's no way to get into it. There are places like this all over the country, from oxbows to backwater sloughs to places where a creek gets grown over and nobody goes up it anymore, that you can just go bushwhack your way into. This is what I got into kayak fishing for, is to get into these places and catch them where others can't, and in most cases where others won't. A little better fish, still not that big, just a little guy, but he was hungry. Now guys, this episode's a little different, and I hope you've enjoyed watching me not only film an episode, but film an episode while on vacation with my family. We did the best we can to give you a glimpse into our world, how we play, how we share, how we experience this thing we call life. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope you get out there and enjoy doing the same thing with your family.